So The Monkey is a new black comedy horror film written and directed by Osgood Perkins, which is adapted from the short story of the same name by Stephen King. In the film, we follow twin brothers who as kids are portrayed by Christian Convery and as adults are portrayed by Theo James. The twin brothers come across their father's old toy monkey, and when they discover that after a couple of uses, the use of this monkey results in random and in wild deaths. So as a result of this discovery, the twin brothers decide to discard and throw away this monkey in hopes of no more random and wild deaths occurring until years later, when another string of random and wild deaths occur more and more, they decide to try and find this monkey in hopes of no more deaths happening. Before I continue on with today's video, I just wanted to say, welcome to my channel, everybody. For those of you who are coming by my channel for the very first time, be sure to hit the subscribe button to do not miss a feature video, whether it's a feature review, a reaction, top 5, top 10, or whatever I've coming your way, and join me on my journey to 10K subscribers and beyond, because believe me when I say this, guys, you are not going to miss the cool stuff I have coming your way. And for those of you who are coming back to my channel, by the way, welcome back, everybody. You have no idea how happy I am to see your faces once again. And let's also start our conversation below as well. What did you guys think of The Monkey? Have you guys seen the film? What did you think of it? Are you excited for this movie? Let me know below. Alrighty, guys, so let's get into The Monkey.
Excellent!
So I was really excited for The Monkey, especially after knowing how much I really dug, or actually as a matter of fact, how much I loved Osgood Perkins' last film, Longlegs. Just the idea of Osgood Perkins directing a Stephen King story just got me very, very excited. Walking into my showing, which by the way, I did catch this movie at one of the Cinemark XD early access showing, which is how I got to see this movie as early as I did. But guys, oh my god, I am so happy to report that this movie is a gory and insane and just let me put a fucking blast of a movie. Something that I loved about the performances is that you can tell that everybody in this movie is just having such a fun and a great time in these roles, because here's the thing, guys, this is a movie that in terms of the execution, that things are very exaggerated and they're very over the top, and you can tell that with the performances that they're just having a great time just eating at the scenery. One of the performances that I gotta talk about is Tatiana Maslany as the mother of the twin brothers. I absolutely loved in this movie, and there is a great little monologue that she has about death, and sure, the way that she delivers this monologue and how she ends this monologue was, to say the least, it was fucking brilliant. Tatiana Maslany is so good in this movie. I love her. I want to see more of her. Christian Convery is so good as these two characters, as these twin brothers, as a kid. Christian Convery does such a great job, especially when it comes to portraying Bill. He does a good job of making you go on, go like, kid, you're such an ass! And not to mention as well, like I mentioned earlier, Theo James is also great as these twin brothers. Theo James as Hal, I mean, oh my god. There are situations in this movie, especially when it comes down to the deaths, that sure, while they are wild, and I mean wild and gnarly as hell, which I'll go into in a little bit, something that I really dug not only about Theo James' performance, but also Osgood Perkins' direction, is that they do such a great job of making you feel like this. Holy crap, this guy can't get a fucking break! Theo James is so freaking good in this movie. I loved him in this movie. How Theo James is able to portray these two brothers who are wildly polar opposites. I mean, he does so good in this movie. Something that I really appreciate about this movie and Longlegs is, here's the thing. If you're expecting, especially in terms of tone, the same movie as Longlegs from The Monkey, you're not going to get that here. Longlegs is a movie that is essentially a slow meditation of evil that is also a great crime thriller. The Monkey, guys, from the moment this movie starts, is wild, it's gnarly, it's insane, it's gory, and it's definitely a much fast-paced film that definitely does not let up, because you have no idea if this monkey is going to be used or not, or even more so how wild a death is going to be. And that's something that I really appreciate about both films, is how totally different that they are. The next thing that I gotta talk about here is how cool this movie looks. The Monkey is such a stylistically shot film, and there are so many bits where I just kept thinking, God dang, these are some cool freaking images. The DP of this movie did such a great job of not only shooting this monkey and making it look so freaking creepy, I mean, really creepy to say the least, but the DP also does a great job of giving this movie such a great color palette, such a great stylish look to the film. This movie, like I mentioned to you guys earlier, is this movie is a wild and exaggerated wild ride, because here's the thing, guys, there are sequences in this movie where characters definitely behave in ways that are exaggerated, to say the least. That's the most basic term I could think of, but man, there are situations in this movie where the tone is so morbid, and I mean, it's fucking morbid to say the least, guys. But at the same time, something in particular that I really appreciate is that, sure, while the tone really throughout the movie is very, very morbid, Osgood Perkins does a really good job of still making you care for at least Hal Shelburne's character, especially the sense of empathy that he puts in to Hal's character. Because here's the thing, and like I mentioned to you guys earlier, there is so much crap happening to Hal's character, whether it deals with the side plot with his son, not to mention as well earlier him trying to find the monkey from causing any more deaths, and as well as the deaths happening around him, why he is so close off her, because he doesn't want anybody to be affected by his past that his father did unfortunately pass on to his kids. But not to mention as well, Osgood Perkins as well does a great job of really poking fun at all the absurdities that happen in this movie. The best way that I can describe this movie is like this: imagine Osgood Perkins directing a Final Destination movie, but at the same time, a very exaggerated Final Destination and a very morbid Final Destination. There are times in this movie where this movie kind of goes off the rails and off the walls, and it goes so oddball, but I couldn't help just enjoying the hell out of myself, because I was having a great time with this movie. And how these tonal shifts, I think for the most part, are balanced, I think are done very, very well. The comedy of this movie is straight up jet black comedy. Like, this is such dark, and I mean dark humor, and if you can appreciate a good jet black dark comedy film, then you're going to have a great time with how morbid and how dark the humor gets. Like, guys, there are many situations where I was caught so guard that I was laughing my ass off.
Well, that's just fucking great!
Now, for sure, while The Monkey is an insanely fun and an awesome time, at the same time, there are a few issues that hold this movie back, at least for me, from being even better. This movie shifts tones quite often, at some times at a rapid pace. There are quite a few times where it shifts so often that sometimes the comedy and the empathy this movie is trying to get, at least for me, just didn't quite work at times. It just felt very jarring a couple of times. I have to talk about the brother character, Bill's character. Oh my god, did this character annoy the hell out of me. Now, of course, and I completely understand that that's the point of the character, that he is supposed to be annoying and an absolute dickhead. At the same time, though, there are so many scenes where I just kept thinking, I can't stand this guy. I just do something with him, please.
And here we go.
So overall, The Monkey is insane, gory, and most of all, demented. Osgood Perkins has delivered a batshit crazy ride. Now, sure, while the tone shifts don't always work, and Bill most definitely annoyed the crap out of me, I gotta tell you all, this movie is an absolute blast and an awesome time at the movies. All in all, I'm gonna give The Monkey a 4.25 out of 5. This movie is such a crazy thrill ride. It plays in theaters this weekend. Go check it out, guys. You're in for such a wild and insane ride. I hope you all enjoyed my review of the monkey. If so, please hit the like button, or if you dislike this review, hit the dislike button. If you guys want to see my previous 2 videos, please click it right there or right there. And of course, until my next review or video goes live, I'll see you all next time.